seen a lot of failures in the gaming industry lately, but none have been bigger or more pathetic than what we just saw from Suicide Squad kill the Justice League, a game that reportedly spent somewhere around $250 million, if not more, to make this game, and it was a catastrophic failure at launch. You can see just a couple weeks after the release, and it's only got 600 people playing, less than 1,000 players. The 24-hour peak was at 656, and a lot of people have called into question the types of people that got involved with this game, and one name keeps popping up, and that is Sweet Baby Inc. For the last several months, in fact, we've heard the name Sweet Baby Inc. a lot. It looks like a company that comes in and works on different video games with different developers to make sure that they're doing enough for diversity and identity politics and representation. And over the last several months, you've seen like a lot of growing anger towards this company because anything they get involved with seems to have massive issues. I mean, just take a look at some of these games that they've been involved with, apparently, reportedly. Forspoken, the Saints Row video game that got absolutely blasted months ago. There's Starfield, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. What else do we have here? The Suicide Squad. Oh, crazy. And this is all coming from a Steam group that's basically saying, hey, we're taking a look at everything that Sweet Baby's involved in, and we just want to let you know when Sweet Baby Inc. is involved with the project. Apparently, they didn't like that very much, because now Sweet Baby Inc. employees, after weeks of trying to explain to people, we promise it's not our fault that Suicide Squad is bad. It's really not a failure, guys. Trust us. Well, now they're going all out on offense to try to combat anyone who's saying anything bad about their company, and it backfired in their faces. Sweet Baby Inc. employee begs followers to report Steam curator that tracks Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement in video games. Sweet Baby Inc. employee Chris Kindred begged her followers to mass report not only a Steam curator, but the creator of said curator, because it tracks video games that Sweet Baby Inc. is involved in. If you're unfamiliar with Sweet Baby Inc., the company's stated goal on their website is to, quote, tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying and enriching the video game industry. We aim to make games more engaging, more fun, more meaningful, and more inclusive for everyone. We believe you need diverse voices to solve diverse problems. Sweet Baby Inc. provides narrative consultation at any stage of development, boasting a talented team with vetted industry experience to best bring your story to life. Basically, we wokeify your game for you. We come in, hey, you need to make sure you're telling this story from a Black perspective, from someone who's handicapped, from their perspective, from a transgender perspective. Respect those pronouns. Like, that's the type of shit they come in and do to these video games. And now, pretty much everybody knows that their name is associated with failure. The Steam curator, which currently has nearly 20,000 followers, it's much more than that now, tracks the games that Sweet Baby Inc. is involved in and does not recommend them to followers. And we just listed some of the ones that you saw on there. But this right here is where it got very interesting. This is the post that blew up, and not in a good way, for Sweet Baby Inc. employees. The Steam curator harassment group Sweet Baby Inc. detected is led by this person. Here's them trying to be slick so they don't get reported. Even with discriminatory language filed off, the group itself still fails the code of conduct. Anyway, report the fuck out of this group and report the creator, since he loves his account so much. So now you have somebody who works for Sweet Baby Inc. that is very, very mad that this community group, this curator, is basically calling them out on things that they worked on. What's backfired? Because it had around, 5,000, 8,000, 9,000 followers at the time this guy called him out. Got a few more now. In fact, it's almost at 100,000 followers because this thing has completely blown up. And you had other people as well get involved with this thing. Let's go right here. Sweet Baby Inc. staff throw a tantrum after Steam curator list created to track and warn players against their work. Here, again, more screenshots of those that are not recommended. This is a different person at Lego Butts, another employee of Sweet Baby Inc. And all these people got community noted, and they're like, hey, this is pulling directly from the Sweet Baby Inc. website. Why are you so upset that they're just calling you out for working on these games? And by the way, all these people work for Sweet Baby Inc. This was a very, very long thread. And I'll read the first part of it so you can see kind of where their frame of reference is. I get to see a lot of tweets somehow blaming diversity as a reason for layoffs, genuinely as if the economy was doing really great and capitalism simply worked before Miles Morales was Spider-Man. They also don't recognize Miles as Spider-Man. That's how they started it. somebody who's triggered that some people don't like Miles Morales as Spider-Man. But they go on this entire thing, right? Trying to justify that DEI isn't hurting anything. Diversity, equity, inclusion, it's not hurting any of these games. It's not hurting the industry. Fighting misinformation would be great. But social media and YouTube is not equipped to hold people accountable for doing real research in good faith. It's just getting hits and proving their points in the absence of confirmation. It's wild out there. Nothing has changed. Sorry, one thing has changed. The number of people who understand that spreading misinformation just lets them be racist in public with no consequence has increased dramatically. That has changed. Probably requires some fighting from those with authority. Probably. And again, now it's somebody trying to get people to report this, trying to get Steam to take this down. They are simply mad. It's kind of like libs of TikTok, how people get triggered that libs of TikTok repost TikToks that these actual degenerate, crazy people make. As if it's somehow libs of TikTok's fault that they're making that type of stuff. These people are just pointing out what Sweet Baby Inc. may or may not be involved in based on information from their website. So that's what they're using, right? They're using their own website and saying, hey, these are the games you worked on. And somehow they're very mad that people are making a Steam curator to warn everybody, to let everybody know what game Sweet Baby Inc. is actually involved in. And we have seen these employees get completely skull-fucked by gamers. That's what's happened over the past couple days. You've even heard calls of Gamergate Part 2 and things like that, as shocking as that is. But you have these developers that are trying to be influential in the industry and are influential in the industry. These people that come in, rewrite things, diversify it, wokeify it. Fans have had enough. Fans don't like it. And when you have a laundry list of failures that you might be associated with, yeah, I bet that's why you're losing your temper now. I bet that's why you're begging for these things to be banned, because you know that you're fucked. Sweet Baby Inc. is now associated with woke failure. That's why these people are having absolute meltdowns. And Grums has been at the forefront of a lot of this, spreading a lot of this out there as well. Wow, game companies paid for this? What Sweet Baby Inc. did was promote evil under the guise of good. And oh, shock, crazy that Felix at home at Lego Butts, a person who works for Sweet Baby Inc., has a history of denigrating white people. That is so shocking. I can't possibly imagine that. There's no way. Pay me to shoot down your white male lead game ideas. I had a nightmare that I was a white male gamer. I usually get grossed out when straight, rich white people kiss me, and I think those two are pretty cute. This is the way we look at demographics, is that we go, okay, the majority of our player base is, let's say, a white male. So we're going to make stuff for white males, right? This is somebody who's who is obsessed. This is someone who is obsessed with race. This is someone who's obsessed with white people. And it's not a surprise they work for Sweet Baby Inc. What I guess is a surprise is that so many people just over the course of a few months are now calling them out. And it is the Streisand effect is in full effect right now. Somebody that had around 9,000 followers a couple days ago, now up to nearly 100,000 followers, right? Games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Gotham Knights. What else do we have in here that is recognizable? Obviously, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. All things that they were consulting Sweet Baby Inc. on to come in and wokeify the fuck out of these games. Suicide Squad, total failure, and it's such a big disaster that it really led to Sweet Baby Inc. being exposed in a bigger way than they already were, and now they've completely shot themselves in the foot by begging for people to be censored and banned, begging for people not to say anything bad about them. Well, now even more people are aware of exactly who Sweet Baby Inc. is.